Protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
We're the Skinner brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or a loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org. Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
The following sports broadcast is a special presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school basketball. Today's high school basketball broadcast is being brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, the Palace Lounge.
And now, let's go courtside and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team with today's pregame show.
Good evening and welcome to Hedgesville High School for West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Tonight, the Washington Patriots, who come into the game 7-5 overall, 1-3 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference for the second time in the regular season, will take on the Hedgesville Eagles, who are 9-2 overall, 2-1 in the conference. We'll welcome you now to the countdown to tip-off, brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Aiden Sensabaugh is our cameraman. And back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. These two teams squared off earlier this year, and it was a big win, Dylan, for Hedgesville. Final score of that one was 62-40. However, DJ Boardley, the leading scorer for Washington, did not play in that game. He is playing tonight, and we'll see if that has any big impact on the outcome of this game or not.
I think that it definitely will make a difference for Washington. I don't know if it'll make up a 22-point deficit, and especially when you're switching over to Hedgesville being the home team tonight. But, you know, things can always go any way in one given basketball game. You know, one team gets cold, one team gets hot shooting from the field, and you never know. But definitely Washington had a hard time scoring on Hedgesville, which a lot of teams do. You know, they like to slow down the game and not give you a whole lot of chances to score while they find good quality baskets by moving the ball around. And I think overall it's a fun matchup because you have two guys in Chet Gore for Washington and Quincy Pittsnoggle for Hedgesville that, you know, have some size and can do some things that other big men can't normally do. Not every team has a guy like Pittsnogle that is that size, has that much height, or a Chet Gore that has some ball handling and shooting to go along with being one of the taller players on the court. And you throw in Welty there for Washington as well, George Welty, and it's a fascinating matchup for a guy that's tall and has that broader build to him for some strength to go up against Quincy Pittsnogle, who, while he is tall, he's a bit more slender build. And we wondered, with the guys of that sort of stature like Pittsnogle, can they get bullied around a little more in the paint? But 6'7" versus 6'9", 215 versus 190 is what they're listed on the rosters. So I think that'll be an interesting matchup to go along with Gore. Where does he go on defense and offense? Who does he guard? How much do we see that matchup of Gore and Pittsnogle with each other versus Welty? If Pittsnogle is going to go out to the perimeter a little bit more too. But overall, these are two very interesting teams because most of Washington's coaching staff used to be assistants under Coach Kelly Church here at Hedgesville.
Yeah, not only that, they also played for Coach Church here at Hedgesville as well. Main one being the now first-year head coach of the Washington Patriots, and Ryan Miller. And later on here in the pregame show, when you hear from both coaches, the respect and love that they have for one another definitely shows throughout the interview, as JV game has concluded. Low-scoring affair, but a win for Hedgesville over Washington. We'll step aside now and take our first 2-minute break here on the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off, and on the other side of that break, we'll get to those coaches' interviews with Ryan Miller and Kelly Church. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
We are the Skinner Brothers. Most folks only need a lawyer once or twice in their lives. And when they're injured or in an accident, most people don't know what to do. We get it. It can be overwhelming.
Nobody likes to be told, you need a lawyer. But that's why we're here. We want to get you back to your normal life and help you recover.
So if you or loved one has been in an accident, give us a call. Let us figure out how we can get you compensation.
Reach us at SkinnerWins.com or Google Skinner Lawyers. We'll treat you like family.
Welcome back here to the Gilbert Miller Center at Hedgesville High School for West Virginia High School boys basketball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10 as we continue the countdown to tip-off brought to you by Parsons Ford as we gear up for Hedgesville against Washington, round 2 of the regular season. We'll now get into our coaches' interviews, which are brought to you by Rott's Local Markets with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly Rott's. We'll start off with the head coach of the Washington Patriots, Ryan Miller, followed by the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Kelly Church. Now joined by the head coach of the Washington Patriots, Ryan Miller. Coach Miller, your team off to a 7-5 start, getting to play back-to-back. Let's talk a little bit about yesterday's game first before tonight. A close game. You guys were able to pull off a win against Fort Hill. What'd you like from that game?
Yeah, well, I thought it's a good Fort Hill team. They're really physically strong, senior laden, and so for us to win, it was really big, and the way we did it, we came from behind. I think we were down 10 going into the fourth quarter, maybe 8, but I know at one point, with like a minute left in the third, we were down 10 points, and for us to crawl back into the game like we did, that's great for our group who's young and hasn't really done that a whole lot, so it was a good learning experience. It's always good to put a W in the column, but I think we got more out of the way we did it than just a W.
What do you think changed mentally or just physically out there on the court for the difference in that comeback?
Well, we had a little bit of a different group out there. We ended the game with a freshman, 3 sophomores, and a junior. And we talked as coaches, and, we need to play more kids. And when we did that, we found the 5 that was clicking that night. It might be a different 5 tonight. I don't know. That's the type of team we are right now. Being young comes with a little bit of inconsistency. Where Hedgesville has 5 guys that they play most of the minutes. Well, they're 5 experienced guys. We have a lot of inexperienced guys. So when we sub, we can find out who's playing well that night. And that can help us balance out a little bit of the inconsistency, and it worked out for us last night.
And with that being said, you guys get back-to-back days now with games, even though I don't have it in front of me, assuming that you guys have probably done that a few times this year. With the second game, though, typically, what has that been like for you guys? Have you noticed anything different?
Yeah, so the first time we did it, I guess it was the Martinsburg, the mixer. So obviously it didn't go very well for us in the first game against Lindsay. We were just physically overmatched in that game. And then we came out against North, and I told my guys, I thought we were better than North, but we let Lindsley beat us twice, and we felt bad for ourselves after Lindsley. So I think we learned from that, and then we played back-to-back one other time, and it fared a lot better, and we won both those games. So we've been a little bit up and down, and I think that's to be expected with a young team. The hardest thing about this game is Hedgesville is such a hard team to prep for because of all the things they do, and they're so disciplined. And going in with little to no prep is incredibly difficult, especially when you have a young group. So that'll be a good test, but it's going to be a learning experience tonight.
Tonight you guys take on Hedgesville for the second time. Last time you guys played them, you were without DJ Boardley, I believe. This time it will be a different story, but in that last game, even though it was a tough loss for your team, what did you like from your team?
Yeah, so I think we learned a little bit of how to play, and DJ watching, believe it or not, was good for DJ. And, how can I impact the team? DJ's a great scorer. He's one of the better scorers in the EPAC, if not the best. And we missed in that game, obviously. We only scored, I think it was 21 points. But other guys had to play different roles in that game, and they've then taken those roles a little bit. Last night, prime example, DJ's having a rough night. Scored 12 points, which is way below his average, but we have other guys. Chris Dolman stepped up and was right around double digits. Josh McCarthy finally got going a little bit. His brother Sean had 10 points. So I think playing without DJ for that game kind of helped us realize we do need DJ, but we can all have roles around DJ to help him out as well. So hopefully that carries over tonight. We'll see.
What have you seen from Hedgesville so far, whether it was in the game against you guys in which they won or just the season in general off the film?
And they're going to be incredibly disciplined. They're one of the best defensive teams in the state, not just the EPAC, in the state. Coach Church does a great job, and his staple is defense, and this team is just like his others. They're also incredibly patient, and we like to play a little bit more of a fast-paced game than they do. So pace will dictate a lot of the game tonight. We're not going to be able to speed them up. So when we get opportunities, we need to take advantage of those opportunities. Obviously, being a senior-laden team, they're way more experienced than us, so they're going to be in situations that they've seen and maybe we haven't. So you just got to stay the course. And I told our guys, energy and effort are things that have to be constant with you. And if we can provide those constantly throughout the night, I think we'll be right there in the end.
Anything else, Coach?
No, I think that's it, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, and best of luck. Now joined by the head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles, Kelly Church. Coach Church, team 9-2 now. What have you liked so far here this week in the game that you guys have so far?
Well, we played Millbrook, and they're tough, athletic kids, and kids, like obviously, we're a defensive-oriented team, and we held them to 23 points. So, extremely pleased with that. And our kids continue to work hard every day in practice and try to get better. It's the time of year now where, we got a couple this week, a couple next, and then so you start throwing 3 games in a week because of some snow. But I think our kids responded pretty well on Monday, especially for having such a long time off, and then coming back and playing. Our defensive focus seemed to be pretty good going into the game on Monday night, and we'll see how we do tonight.
You mentioned the defense, and
just finished up my interview with Coach Miller as well, and he mentioned the defense not only being one of the best in the EPAC, one of the best in the state, and I know probably you know as well, you ask any other coach in the state about your defense as well, and they'd probably say the same thing. How do you guys get that defense to that level to be respected around the entire state as one of the best?
Well, first of all, that's very flattering, whether it's, Coach Miller or anybody else, saying those kind words about, our program. The reality of it is that with everything, man, it's in high school sports, if you get kids to buy in to what you're trying to do, and you get, like whether it's on offense or defense, like we talk about all the time, like defensive execution is no less. We think it's even more important here than offensive execution. And so, having kids willing to buy in, our coaches, Coach Russ, Coach Triggs, and Coach Shanholtz, everybody, Coach Carter, all of us, we spend a great deal of time on scouts and film and try to share that with our kids and look for tendencies. But, everybody does that. But the amount of time, and maybe it's why sometimes we struggle to score some points. We spend a great deal of time on defense every single day in practice, and that's not necessarily fun, But the reality of our team is, if we go out and we just run up and down the court with most of the teams we play, and it doesn't matter whether they're league games, non-league games, if we just don't necessarily, we have a couple of kids who could play at that pace, and sometimes for them, they wish they could. I'm sure they do. Like we talk about it openly, but individual sacrifice for the good of the team. Again, kids buying in. That's what high school sports is supposed to be about. So we're pleased, but it's not like it just happens, man. It's a great deal of work every single day in practice.
Last time you guys took on Washington, it was a 62-40 win for your team. What did you like from that game that you're hoping to carry over into this game?
Well, it becomes way different. Anybody who's from around the area who's watched these things, DJ didn't play. So, that's their kid who's whatever's averaging. Like it's, like I'm not big into who's averaging. For them, he scores points. So, we gotta try to find a way to slow him down. We're not going to shut him down. And we're not naive about that, but got to try to find a way to slow him down. And in doing so, how much does that affect the rest of our principles and what we do? And that's obviously like my fear, my worry is because what we do usually is it's based on total team concepts, certain rules, anything else. But they've got one kid who changes things for you defensively because he shoots it from yesterday. That's how far away he is, and so you got to account for that. He leaks out a lot, so. We're not necessarily a go crash the board team, so we got to make sure we find him in transition. And on the offensive end, you got to take care of the ball and you got to shoot smart shots. That's one of the things that helps our defense. We think is, lots of times, what can affect runouts for the other team? Well, ill-timed or again, a good shot for one kid is not necessarily a good shot for another kid, but bad shots lead to bad transition defense, and so we've got to make sure we shoot good shots and we take care of the ball so we don't put ourselves in a bad spot.
All right, Coach Church, anything else?
Shout out to Coach Russ. He's home sick tonight, so both he, his wife, his baby, they've all been sick. So we obviously thoughts and prayers with them. Everybody else have to step up and absolutely. Like it's rare when you play these games. Like I genuinely, I'm not friends or buddies with the other staff. It makes it tough because once the ball goes up, none of that matters. But I just, I couldn't be any prouder of them and what they're trying to do. Like one of the things that affects things, like in terms of the scout, and I don't mean like, I'm the only one who has ideas on what to do and what to run, but Ryan played here and Kyle played here and then was with us for a long time. It's very flattering and sometimes difficult to deal with when sometimes you got to play your mirror image. And they're kind of the mirror image of us offensively in terms of what they run personnel-wise. They're a lot more athletic and a lot faster. So, we're going to have to hope our defense can hold tight and give us a chance to come out with a win. But I didn't want to have this conversation and let it pass without saying, regardless of what happens, I absolutely love those guys.
Best of luck tonight, Coach. Appreciate the time as always.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys very much.
All right, that was our coaches' interviews brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. We'll step aside and take another 2-minute break here on the Parsons Ford Countdown to Tip-Off. And on the other side of that break, we'll get tonight's starting lineups as well as keys to the game. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The W.B. Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg clinics have moved to a new location. Our RNI team has moved to a larger custom-designed suite on the 3rd floor of the Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. RNI teams now located in the new Spring Mills office include physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology. We look forward to welcoming patients at this new location in Spring Mills. For more info, call 304-596-5038.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
We welcome you back here to Hedgesville High School, the venue for tonight's West Virginia High School boys basketball contest between the Washington Patriots and the Hedgesville Eagles. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop on the call. Our cameraman is Aiden Sensabaugh. Back at the studio is Nick Versalini. He'll have some halftime scores for you as well as post-game scores. As another game in action tonight that we'll keep an eye on for sure here in the EPAC. Jefferson, Martinsburg, 2 top 10 teams in the state doing battle once again. But let's refocus here on this one as we're a little bit over 3 minutes away from the end of pregame warm-ups and get into our keys to the game. As the key to your next car is at the Dutch Miller Automotive Group, which is home of friends and family pricing. Dylan, tonight's keys to the game.
I'll start with Washington. I think that for them it's going to be limiting the turnovers because we know that Hedgesville can play really good defense, and sometimes that can just be not allowing quality shots, but sometimes that's turning the ball over as well. And I think if Washington can limit the amount of times they give up the ball without getting a shot on the rim, then they think they can put up more than the 40 points that they put up the last time, especially with DJ Boardley in the lineup. And for Hedgesville, I think it's going to be about getting shots at the rim. I think that the way that they move the ball around allows for them to get some good open looks from outside. And they have a couple players, obviously, that can knock down those shots, like Tay Wilmer and Xavier Kirk, and even Quincy Pittsnoggle and a few others. But I think it's going to be about getting the easy shots at the rim tonight so that they can put up those quality shots, easy points, get the ball inside the Pittsnoggle, find lanes for Wilmer and Kirk to cut inside or dive at the rim, and so that they cut in and are found for those easy shots.
As our key to the game, thanks to Dylan, wrapping up here at the exact same time of one of the more unique traditions here in high school boys basketball in the Eastern Panhandle, and that being the final wrap-up warm-ups with Kung Fu fighting and the Hedgesville Eagles getting their defensive steps and alignment in, pretending to fall backwards, then going back to the right and fall back. Little things like that that make high school athletics in general a lot of fun for the kids to remember. With that being said, let's now get into tonight's starting lineup. Brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg, or call them at 304-263-4343. We'll start off with the visiting Washington Patriots, coached by Ryan Miller in his first season as the head coach. 7-5 overall. The Patriots 1-3 in the Eastern Panhandle. Starting for Washington is number 1, Chris Dolman, number 5, DJ Boardley, number 11, Chet Gore, number 15, Sean McCarthy, and number 52, George Welty. On the other side of things, the home side, Hedgesville, 9-2 overall, 2-1 in the EPAC, coached by Kelly Church. Starting tonight for the Eagles, number 3, Xavier Kirk, number 12, Tay Wilmer, number 13, Zandon Gainey, number 21, Noah Brown, rounding out the starting 5 for Hedgesville, number 24, Quincy Pitt-Snoggle. That wraps up Parsons Ford countdown to tip-off. We'll step aside, take a 3-minute break. Back to the studio, Nick. 3-minute break, and then we'll be back for opening tip-off between Washington and Hedgesville. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Back in 3.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the Committee to Re-elect Craig Blair.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
The W.B. Rockefeller Neuroscience Institute Martinsburg clinics have moved to a new location. Our RNI team has moved to a larger custom-designed suite on the third floor of the Spring Mills Medical Office Building at 61 Campus Drive. RNI teams now located in the new Spring Mills office include physical medicine and rehabilitation, neurosurgery, and neurology. We look forward to welcoming patients at this new location in Spring Mills. For more info, call 304-596-5038.
Welcome back here to Hedgesville High School, West Virginia High School boys basketball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. The national anthem has concluded, and the starting five now for both sides over the public address announcement system being called out. Second time these two teams meet here in the EPAC this regular season. Last time it was a 62-40 win at Washington for Hedgesville. Hedgesville leads the all-time series between these two schools 20-6. The last win for Washington against Hedgesville coming all the way back March 7th of 2014, which means it's been a 14-game win streak in this cross-county rivalry for Hedgesville. It was tied 6-6 the all-time series, and since then it's been all Hedgesville as the Eagles dim the lights here. The party lights come on. The Eagles come out through the cheerleaders with the carpet, and the starting five comes out as well after their names are announced. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Dylan Bishop alongside me. Aiden Sensaballs, our cameraman back in the studio, is Nick Verzolini. Tonight, Washington, the road team, they'll be in their all-blue new road uniforms with white letters on the front and back, outlined in red. Red stripes down the side. For Hedgesville, the home white uniforms with the checkerboarded stripes in blue and gold on the side of the uniform and shorts. Gold numbers on the front and back outlined in blue. The Ville in blue, script on the front and the back of the jerseys, as well as we get you set now for opening tip-off, which will be brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, representing accident and injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com as Quincy Pitsnoggle, the last of the starting five, having his name called out for Hedgesville. He'll do the honors of jump ball for the Hedgesville Eagles going up against Washington's George Welty, who's already waiting inside that circle at midcourt for Pitsnoggle and Hedgesville to get ready. Here we go, Dylan. Both teams now handshake, fist bump each other.
I think we're in for a pretty fun night of basketball here. Energy in the gym here at Hedgesville is always good. The student section's out in full force. A full section over there.
Yeah, kind of going with the construction theme. See some hard hats, some vests on them as well to our left. And here we go. The jump tipped by Welty and saved from going out of bounds by Washington's Dolman as they start off with possession on the left side of the court. Score at the left wing with the basketball now. Overhead pass over to the right side. Caught by Dolman. He'll swing it over to the corner for Josh McCarthy, who gets to start instead of Sean. McCarthy drives the right baseline, has it deflected, and now stolen by Hedgesville. The Eagles go down the court. It's Kirk kicking it over to the top of the key now. Brown going over for Wilmer. Wilmer dribbling with his left hand, picks it up. Finds Kirk. Left wing three, no good. And rebounded by Washington's Dolman. Dolman now looking down the court, finding Gore in the paint. Gore trying to fight for space, puts up a shot. It's no good, off the backboard, rebounded by Hedgesville. Brown now going alone, slowing things down, waiting for the rest of his team to catch up here a minute into the first quarter. Still scoreless between Hedgesville and Washington.
I didn't love that first shot from Xavier Kirk, but he came back with good defense on the other end.
Kirk with it on the Eagles script near the Washington bench. Will pass it to Brown. Brown now sets up the offense and slows things down for Hedgesville. Dribbling with his right hand, he'll pick it up, passing it over to Kirk, who goes to the elbow, passing it to Pitsnoggle. Pitsnoggle gets triple teamed, still posts up, turnaround shot is good, and Pitsnoggle opens up the scoring for a 2-0 lead for Hedgesville.
It's a good start, nice back down spin. Got the two off the glass.
DJ Bordley with the basketball now for Washington. He was not in the game the last time these two teams met due to injury. Gore with it now for Washington at the left wing, guarded closely by Kirk. He's going to give it over to Dolman. Dolman tries to drive in, kicks out a pass intended for Gore, but it goes over his head into the Hedgesville bench, out of bounds, stopping the clock with 6:17 here in quarter number 1. Hedgesville will have the basketball up 2-0 against Washington.
This Eagles defense is ferocious. It's going to be tough all night long. We'll see some more of that.
Noah Brown running the point, passing to Kirk, back to Brown. Now go over to Gainey into the corner for Pittsnoggle. They swing it over to Kirk, wide open right corner, 3, airballed and into the hands of Welty. Welty, though, loses it. Pittsnoggle has it on the ground, goes to Kirk. Kirk drives in, his layup is good, and count it as he was fouled. 4-0 Hedgesville, and Xavier Kirk goes to the free throw line for the 3-point opportunity.
It started with a great cross-court pass by Pittsnoggle to lead to that 3 that Kirk missed. And then Pittsnoggle with the hustle play, getting in there, stealing the ball away from Welty, getting the ball back to Kirk, and nice finish through contact.
Kirk's free throw shot is up. A 5-0 Hedgesville lead here 2 minutes into the first over Washington. That foul is called against Gore, his first team first for the Patriots. It's now McCarthy, goes to Boardley. 3-pointer is good by DJ Boardley. That makes it 5-3 now. A one-possession game again here in the first with 5.5 left.
I think that's one of the ways to attack Hedgesville's defense is off-ball movement. They brought a screen down, a pin down, where he comes across and got the ball, and he could just get that pull-up jumper.
Pittsnoggle left corner 2, no good off the side of the rim, rebounded by Dolman. Dolman now dribbling down the court for Washington. Spinning around, puts up a contested layup. It's no good, but he's fouled with 5:18 left here in the first quarter, and he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul called against Tate Wilmer for Hedgesville, his first team first, is now Chris Dolman at the free throw line with an opportunity to tie things up here.
I think those sort of catch and shoot, what I should have said, threes by like the one from Boardley on the last possession, could be something that might be the way to find success against Hedgesville. If you can knock down threes, get those open ones off of those pin down screens, I think it's going to be hard to make a whole lot of threes at this level. It's not really Washington's game all the time, but it's something to try to go at Hedgesville with.
Dolman made the first, missed the second. It was rebounded by Hedgesville. 5-4 Hedgesville leads Washington. 5 minutes left in quarter number 1. Kirk goes to Brown. He swings it to the left side for Gainey. Goes back to Brown at the top of the key, though. Now swing it to the right of the arc. Back over to the left of the arc now. They go down low. It's Pittsnoggle with it. They'll kick it over to Gainey. Back to Brown, back to Gainey as they push the left side once again here, trying to create some space for Pittsnoggle. It's not working as immediately as he gets the ball, he's being double-teamed. So they go back to Brown against the play call from Coach Church. It's Brown dribbling with his right hand towards midcourt. It's guarded by Dolman. He'll now pick up his dribble, go to Gainey. Gainey goes back to Brown as he couldn't get the pass down low to Pittsnoggle. 30 seconds have already went off the clock here in this possession. Pittsnoggle now goes to the elbow, gets the pass from Brown, puts up the 2-pointer off the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Kirk in the paint. Kirk tries to put up the putback, but is rejected by Welty. Welty saves it from going out of bounds. Hedgesville gets the steal. They now kick it out to Brown for 3, and it's good. Noah Brown makes the score now 8-4 as the dribble of Boardley deflected, but he is able to recover. Pass over to Dolman. Dolman goes to Sean McCarthy, and it goes off the leg of McCarthy as the pressure by Tel Wilmer forces it to go out of bounds, and Hedgesville gets the ball back.
There's one thing that Hedgesville is going to do, a Kelly Church coach team is going to do, it's hustle. We're seeing a lot of effort on both ends of the court right now from them.
3:45 left in quarter number 1. It's Hedgesville 8, Washington 4. Noah Brown passes to Pittsnoggle, who's at the top of the arc. Going over to the left corner, it's caught by Gainey. Gainey dribbling it now. Will pass to Wilmer. Wilmer goes over in the left corner. It's caught by Brown. Brown back to Pittsnoggle at the left elbow now is Pittsnoggle. He starts to dribble once, picks it up, finds Kirk. Kirk dribbling, trying to slow things down for Hedgesville. Passing to Wilmer, who gets a pick by Pittsnoggle. Wilmer now finds Gainey at the right wing. Gainey Looking left, goes to Brown at the top of the key. They'll now swing over back to Kirk, back to Brown. On the right side they go now. It's Wilmer over back to the left. Back to the right, Brown and Wilmer. Wilmer now drives in, finds Pittsnoggle. The pass deflected. He's able to keep it, kick it out. Kirk, left wing, three! Off the back of the backboard, no good. Rebounded by Dolman. Dolman goes coast to coast, kicks it over to Boardley. His three is up, around the rim, and good! Second three of the night for DJ Boardley. It's a 1-point game, 2:40 left. 8-7, Hedgesville leads Washington.
Boardley seems motivated. He knows he missed the first game against the Eagles. And he wants to come out and prove that Washington is better than that first result.
Pittsnoggle to Brown. Brown drives the left baseline, goes to the right side in the paint, puts up a shot from the block, and will bank it in. Noah Brown has 5 points, making it a 10-7 Hedgesville lead.
It's a nice move there by Brown. He's been impressive so far.
DJ Boardley with it, passing to Dolman. Dolman passes now. It's Ballard. Ballard back to McCarthy. McCarthy to Dolman, who drives the left baseline, almost goes out of bounds, so he just has to throw a heave up and prayer, and it's no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Hedgesville now with it down low. Pittsnoggle posting up, putting up a shot. It's no good. He tips it around, almost got his own rebound. Instead it goes to Gainey, and now we have an offensive foul called, it looks like, over the back foul. Minute 45 left here in the first. Still 10-7. It's that foul called against Zandon Gainey. Our first quarter is presented to you on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, family-owned full-service funeral home, proudly serving our area since 1880, as well as CMA's Honor in Winchester at 3985 Valley Pike. CMA's moving lives forward. Boardley with the ball, driving left side, pulls up for a long two, and it's good. DJ Boardley has 8 of the 9 points now for Washington here in the first quarter.
If he can just make shots like that all night, Washington will stay in this game for sure.
10-9, Hedgesville still leads. Kirk drives the left baseline, puts up a floater. It's no good, and he gets called with a charge as Ballard was waiting for him and got the call.
Charge violation called on Eagles.
That's a good call. It's a good charge taken.
So that is Kirk's first foul tonight, team's third. 3 fouls so far for Hedgesville this quarter, only the one by Gore for Washington. With a minute 10 left now in the first, it's Chris Dolman passing over to Boardley. Boardley picks up his dribble at the right wing, loses it, it was deflected, and now we'll give it to Machado. Machado bounce passes over to Ballard at the right wing. He'll step into the elbow with his dribble, kick it out now behind him to Sean McCarthy. Goes to Dolman, back to Sean. Sean swings it over to Machado. Machado pump fakes, now tries to make a move to separate himself from Wilmer, and will eventually pass over to Dolman. Goes to Ballard, back to Boardley. Long three off the back of the iron, no good. And they say it bounced up and hit the wire, which counts. It's a dead ball, giving the possession to Hedgesville with 37.7 left here in the first.
Boardley was going for a heat check there. I didn't like that shot selection.
We said last time Boardley did not play against Hedgesville as a 22-point win for the Eagles. Right now it's only a 1-point lead. Still in the first, but it looks like Boardley has been a difference so far. As Brown tries to give Hedgesville a 3 from the left wing. It's no good. Tipped around. He gets his own rebound now. Kicks it over to the right corner for Kirk, who puts up a 3. That one off the side of the rim, no good. Deflected, and it goes out of bounds. And they'll say it was last touched by Dolman with 10.7 left in quarter number 1. It's still 10-9, Hedgesville leading Washington.
This is a really small lineup that Washington has out here. No Welty, no Gore. You need to feed Pittsnoggle against this lineup. I don't think they have anyone that can.
Clock winding down for the inbounds. 5 seconds left. Wilmer finds Brown at the buzzer in the left corner. No good as he was falling down, and at the end of the first, it's Hedgesville 10, Washington 9. We'll step aside and take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back here to quarter number 2 we go between Washington and Hedgesville here in West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Hedgesville leads 10-9 over Washington, and the Hedgesville Eagles will also start with possession here in quarter number 2. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Aiden Sensible is our cameraman. Back in the studios, Nick Verzolini. Wilmer with the ball, passing to Brown. Brown at the left wing, guarded by Dolman. Will swing it over the right side, caught by Gainey. Goes to Kirk back at the left side. Swing it around the perimeter, go to Brown. Brown drives the baseline, finds wide open in the paint Quincy Pinsnoggle, who has an easy basket to start off this quarter and give Hedgesville a 12-9 lead.
There you go. Set it at the end of the first quarter, and Washington still has the same lineup in. Pinsnoggle, I think, can eat against this Washington team when Welty and Gore aren't in.
Machado tried to pass behind him to Dolman, but Dolman kind of just got tripped up. Don't know if it was over his own feet or somebody else. It results in a pass going out of bounds and a turnover, giving the ball to Hedgesville. Kirk to Gainey with the pass. They swing it back over to Kirk. Kirk will now go to Brown at the top of the key. Over to the left wing, they go back to Kirk, who goes into the corner for Gainey. Hedgesville continues to just pass the ball around the three-point arc, trying to create some space and bring a Washington zone defense out to him. It's Kirk with it at the right wing. Nobody dribbling right now, just motioning the ball back and forth, trying to slow things down and tire out Washington's defense. Now Kirk will drive in, pass it to Pinsnoggle, and again, Pinsnoggle has an easy bucket down low. 14-9 Hedgesville.
If I were Coach Miller, I need some more size in the game right now.
Dolman will respond by going coast to coast, crashing the lane on the left side with a layup, making it 14-11.
Does make for a quicker lineup, though, so I'm not surprised that they were able to get some offense like that.
And now you see Washington back on the defensive side. A potentially long three now by Kirk. From the top of the key, it's no good. Rebounded down low by Gainey, and Gainey finds Pinsnoggle, goes up with another basket, and he's fouled. 16-11, Hedgesville leads Washington now. 6:18 left here in quarter number 2. Pinsnoggle has 8 points overall, 6 coming in the second quarter, and now will come in to kind of give some height back to this Washington side.
Right on cue. Yes, I think 6 points going on 7 was enough in a row for Coach Miller. He's seen enough.
Pinsnoggle's and one free throw up and good. Now has 9 points. A leading scorer on both sides now overall. It's 17-11 as Landon Pence will check in for Hedgesville now. Dolman brings it up the floor for Washington. 6:15 left in the second quarter. Chris Dolman with the ball. Dribbling it just in front of the H at midcourt. He'll pass over to the right for Bordley. Bordley loses his dribble, falls, and it's stolen by Hedgesville. Kirk now bringing it up the floor for the Eagles. Goes to Pinsnoggle. Pinsnoggle reverse layup, misses everything. Great job defensively by Welty to put the pressure on, and it's Washington. Dolman with it. They go to Machado. Machado gives it over to Sean McCarthy. McCarthy back to Machado at the top of the key, who swings it to Welty. Welty dribbles once, goes to Bordley. Bordley loses it, so his timing was off, and he has to just pass it to McCarthy instead of taking the three that he wanted. Dolman now with it. He'll drive in. Fadeaway jumper by Dolman. It's drained. He now has 5 points, and it's 17-13. 4-point lead for Hedgesville against Washington. As back and forth we go. It's Brown with the ball for the Eagles.
There's really been nothing inside in the half court for Washington on offense at all yet.
Pence over to Brown. Brown finds Kirk. Kirk goes to Wilmer. Wilmer at the left wing. Starts his dribble in. As a contested layup. It looks like he got nudged, so they call a foul on the floor, stopping clock left in the second quarter.
On the Patriots, 0-0, Machado.
That is Machado's first foul, team second of the quarter.
This might be a tough night for George Welty. I don't know how much we're going to see Pittsnogle on the bench, but if it's not much, I think Welty's going to have to maybe match his minutes, and I'm not sure if he's used to playing that long or not.
Kirk for three. It bangs around the rim, touches the backboard, no good, but an offensive rebound by Wilmer. Wilmer goes to Pittsnogle in the paint, and he's going to be fouled from behind as Dolman was just trying to get physical, realized there was a mismatch, and that's the third team foul now for Washington here in the quarter. So that's Dolman's first, team third.
Patriots substitution number 23, Josh McCarthy.
Josh McCarthy will now enter for Washington. Hedgesville with the inbound. 4:48 left in the second quarter. They go to Kirk. Kirk, right block, shot up, no good, rebounded by Washington. 17-13, Hedgesville leads Washington.
Been a rough night for Kirk shooting so far.
Dolman with it for Washington. We'll go to McCarthy. McCarthy drives the right baseline with his dribble. Kicks it out now to the arc for Sean McCarthy. And it's stolen by Kirk, who gets fouled. Frustration foul from behind. And that foul against Josh McCarthy. Team fourth of the quarter. We're only 3:30 into this quarter. One more, and it's double bonus the rest of the quarter for Hedgesville.
That's not a good spot to be in. But I do think only being down by 4 right now is a pretty solid spot for Washington to be in. I think that they haven't gotten any easy offense so far, so that's pretty impressive to be within 4.
Pass deflected, stolen by Dolman. One-on-one between him and Kirk, and Dolman draws the contact, goes up with the layup, misses, but gets the foul called against Kirk. That is his second, team first of the quarter for Hedgesville. And Dolman goes to the free throw line. The only Washington Patriot to be at the free throw line so far tonight, and he's 1 for 2.
Oh, there's some easy offense. Transition and free throws. If you can't get shots at the rim in the half court, that's how you got to find your easy offense.
Dolman's first free throw up and good. He has 6 of the now 14 points for Washington. The other 8 coming from DJ Boardley. No other scorers for the Patriots so far tonight. Only 2. Compared to Hedgesville, who only has 3. Dolman's second free throw up and no good, rebounded by Hedgesville. Gainey gets the pass from Wilmer at the right wing. As Gainey will kick it into the corner. It's caught by Pence. Pence starts his dribble over to his left. Picks up the dribble and will pass to Brown. Brown immediately goes back to Pence. Pence dribbles once and one hand tosses it over to Gainey. Gainey swings it over the left side for Tay Wilmer. Wilmer goes to Brown now at the wing on the left side. 3:48 left here in the second quarter. Brown has it stolen by Boardley. Boardley going coast to coast. Tried to go up with the layup, but it's stripped by Brown. It goes out of bounds, and Washington will have a baseline inbound. Second quarter brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store anymore. Visit them at 360 Hack Wilson Way or online at Orsinis.com, as well as Craig Blair for State Senate, the Eastern Panhandle's first and only Senate President and Lieutenant Governor, fiscal and social conservative who's making West Virginia great again. Let's re-elect Craig Blair in 2024. The inbound goes to Josh McCarthy. He'll immediately pass to his right side for Chris Dolman. Back to McCarthy at the left wing. McCarthy goes to the elbow, kicks it out now behind him to DJ Boardley behind the three-point line. Boardley crosses over, pulls up for 3. No good. Rebounded by Pittsnogle. Pittsnogle passes to Brown, who brings it up the floor for the Hedgesville Eagles. Brown at the top of the key, passes over to Pence. Pence thinks about the 3, instead goes to Wilmer in the right corner. He'll drive the baseline, go down low to Pence, who finds Brown wide open for 3 from the left side, and Noah Brown has his second 3 of the night, 8 points overall. It's now 20-14, Hedgesville on top of Washington, under 3 minutes left in quarter number 2.
You really don't think of Noah Brown as being one of the scorers for Washington or for Hedgesville, but he's had a great game so far.
McCarthy will hand it to Boardley. Boardley long 2, awkward shot, almost banked in. Welty with the rebound, is put back no good. Gets another rebound and now falls to the court, being dragged down and helped up now by Gainey as they were tied up. The jump ball possession arrow looks like will keep things with Washington. Doesn't actually matter. They change, or I got to change what I was saying because there was actually a foul called, not a jump ball. It's that foul called against Gainey. His second, team second.
You know, funny enough, my keys to the game, pregame where the Hedgesville needed to get shots at the rim and Washington needed to limit their turnovers. And if you ask me for the rest of this game going forward, I would swap that. Washington needs to get shots at the rim, like they just did right there, through a foul. Yep. And Hedgesville needs to limit their turnovers so Washington doesn't get those easy transition buckets.
2:31 left here in the second quarter, as now Josh McCarthy will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That foul called against Arndt, his first, team third. Josh McCarthy puts the free throw shot up, and that is good. He's now the third Washington Patriot in the score column, joining Bordley and Dolman, making it 20-15 here in the second. Josh McCarthy, second free throw up. That one off the front of the rim, and then backboard, no good, and rebounded by Pittsnoggle. Pittsnoggle goes to Brown, who quickly brings it up the floor. Now will slow things down for Hedgesville with 2:20 left in quarter number 2. Brown gets a pick from Pittsnoggle. Gets another one. Passes over to the right side. It's caught by Arndt, who finds Pittsnoggle wide open for 3 at the top of the key, but it's short. Rebounded by Welty. Welty will pass to Dolman, who brings it up the court now for Washington. Dolman kicks it out. Finds a man. It's Brown. His shot no good for 3. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Now it's Noah Brown with the ball for Hedgesville. He'll pass over to Pence. Pence with it at the right wing on the script. Eagles lettering in front of Washington's bench. He'll go over to Brown, and he pulls up for a long 3. It misses as he falls down. And his ball will go out of bounds. It'll be Washington basketball with 1:35 left here in the second. The score still 20-15. Hedgesville leads Washington.
I think Brown was feeling himself a little bit after making 2 threes earlier. Coach Church brought him over and said some words to him about that one. I could tell, and that he didn't like that shot selection, and it wasn't a good shot. So, but heat of the moment, you made a couple. You think, why not?
It's Chris Dolman with the basketball for Washington. Drives in, puts up a floater from the right elbow. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Welty, and Welty walks. He was falling to the court, trying to make it look like there was contact from behind by Pittsnoggle, but the ref says otherwise, and the turnover gives the ball to Washington with 1:17 left here in the second quarter. Now we have a pause for some cleanup of a wet spot. Sorry, Dylan.
From our vantage point, it seemed like the right call. Welty kind of fell over. It seemed like more of a trip over his own feet than a push, but, different angles, you never know. But ref had a better angle. He saw the same thing.
Noah Brown brings it up the court after the inbound for Hedgesville with 1:10 left in the second quarter. Brown, pass over to Pence at the right wing. Pence looking for another man. Finds Brown in the right corner. His 3 up and no good. Rebounded by Dolman. Dolman with the ball. Picks it up. Passes over into the left corner. It's caught by Gore. Gore goes back to Dolman at the wing. No drive into the paint. Kicking it out. Finding Brown. Brown goes back to Dolman. Gore, left wing 3, no good. Rebounded by Pittsnoggle. 35 seconds left here in the second quarter. Noah Brown will slowly bring it up the floor for Hedgesville as they try to probably make this the last possession of the first half. Still 20-15. Hedgesville leads Washington. Brown with it. 20 seconds left in the second as he looks behind him. Over to Kelly Church. He'll pass to Pittsnoggle, goes back to Brown. Brown standing just in front of the yellow volleyball line. About 6 feet away from the three-point line. He'll now pass over to Pence with 2 seconds left. They go into the right corner. Brown drives in, did not get the shot up in time, and at the end of quarter number 2, Hedgesville 20, Washington 15. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll get you our halftime show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
Back here to Hedgesville High School. The halftime show now, brought to you by Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. At the half, it is Hedgesville 20, Washington 15. Dylan, first half thoughts quickly.
Neither offense is really playing incredibly well right now. Some bad shots and tough to get things moving on Hedgesville's end. And then Washington just hasn't been able to get anything easy at the rim or in the half court in general. It's been tough shots by Bordley and Dolman and some transition and some free throws. That's about it. And again, I kind of said it with about 2.5 minutes left. I would flip my keys to the game from pregame. Hedgesville needs to not turn the ball over. They also need to move the ball better on offense. But also, and then Washington needs to try to find ways to get those shots at the rim.
Let's now get our first half stats brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Both teams only have 3 scorers so far. We'll start with Washington's leading scorer, DJ Bordley. He has 8 points. Chris Dolman has 6 points, and the final point is Josh McCarthy. For Hedgesville, the leading scorer so far is Quincy Pittsnoggle with 9 points. Behind him is Noah Brown with 8 points. And rounding out the scoring for Hedgesville is Xavier Kirk with 3 points, making it that 20-15 score that we have here at halftime. 6 minutes left in the halftime, so we'll step aside and take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick Verzolini, who has the score from Martinsburg and Jefferson, as well as some other scores as well. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you are certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
Hedgesville Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Heffley is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Heffley.com. The Heffley Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Kick off the new year in a new Toyota from CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg. We've got a great selection of your favorite Toyota models on our lot. Right now, get up to $2,200 off MSRP on a new 2024 RAV4. Or check out a new 2024 Camry and get up to $3,000 off MSRP. And every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care and our lifetime powertrain warranty. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
We welcome you into the halftime scoreboard show. I'm Nick Verzolini. Our score here at the half between Hedgesville and Washington. Hedgesville 20, Washington 15. Martinsburg taking on Jefferson right now. Score in that one is 20-18 Jefferson with just over 7 minutes left in the first half. So that game got started a little bit later than this one did, but Cougars holding on to a close lead over the Martinsburg Bulldogs. In other basketball action in the NBA tonight, the Mavs are tied with the Hawks. Rockets lead the Hornets by 2. Suns Pacers, it's an 80-70 lead for Phoenix. Clippers 37, Raptors 26. Grizzlies Magic just tipped off along with Cavs Bucks, Thunder Pelicans as well, and then the Trailblazers and the Spurs tonight on NBA TV. Over in men's college basketball in the top 25 here tonight. On this Friday, just one matchup. Wisconsin, number 13 team in the country, leading Michigan State 9-3. Of course, tomorrow, WVU returns to the hardwood. They take on the last place team in the Big 12 in Oklahoma State. You can listen to that game right here on Talk Radio WRNR. Tip-off is set for 2 p.m. with a 1:30 pregame. The Wizards turn action tomorrow as well. They take on the Detroit Pistons. The Capitals return to the ice Sunday, I believe, as they're not in action today. No, they don't return until at least Monday at the earliest. No, Tuesday. It has to be Tuesday. No! Oh, gosh. All-Star break, I guess, is what it is. I don't know. Washington's not playing for forever, it looks like. But moving forward, yeah, I guess it's the All-Star break coming up. Of course, on Sunday, you can listen to the AFC and NFC Championship right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. But again, your score here at the half, Hedgesville 20, Washington 15. And then Jefferson leading Martinsburg right now 20-18. Or now it's tied at 20 in the second quarter. So good games going on in the EPAC. Spring Mills, Musselman, they're not in action tonight. But we'll take another 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, we'll hear from Colin McLaughlin and Dylan Bishop for the start of the second half.
At Dutch Miller Automotive, we've grown quite a bit over the last 60 years, but our core principles remain the same. We believe in treating our customers and our team members like friends and family, and we see it as our obligation to give back to all the communities we are so fortunate to do business in. In just West Virginia alone, we've grown from one location on the west end of Huntington to 10 rooftops employing more than 500 Mountaineers. Check out the inventory from all of our stores at DutchMillerAuto.com. Dutch Miller Automotive Group, West Virginia proud.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back here to Hedgesville High School. So we get ready for the second half. It is Hedgesville currently up 20-15 over the Washington Patriots here in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Aiden Sensible is our cameraman back at the studio, who you just heard from with some scores. Nick Verzolini. It's a close game over in Jefferson County as well between the Cougars and the Bulldogs. We'll get you that score as well during the post-game scoreboard show, too, from Nick. But we're back here at Hedgesville for the start of the third quarter, and it's Washington ball. As Chris Dolman has it. Dolman dribbling over now into the paint, spin around, puts up a layup. It's rejected by Pittsnoggle and swatted out into Chet Gore's hands for Washington, who keeps possession. They go over back to Dolman. Dolman, top of the key, finds McCarthy at the elbow on the left side. McCarthy dribbles once, now has to give it over to Boardley behind him. Boardley dribbling around, trying to get up a shot, and that one way short. Goes straight to Pittsnoggle. Hedgesville gets the ball.
Not the least bit open there. Bad shot.
Kirk with it for Hedgesville at the left wing. Swings over to the right side from Brown to, Gainey. Back to Brown. Brown picks up his dribble, goes over to the left wing for Kirk. Kirk, no look pass to Wilmer for three, and it's good. Tate Wilmer gets his first points of the night, makes it 23-15 Hedgesville.
Been a quiet night for Wilmer so far, outside of just a couple, plays here and there.
Welty in the paint, kicks it out to Gore. Gore drives in on the left side, finds Dolman wide open, top of the key three, too strong, no good, rebounded by Gainey. Gainey will give it to Noah Brown, who brings it up the floor, breaking midcourt for Hedgesville. He'll pass it back to Gainey. Gainey goes to Kirk at the right wing. He catches it, passes back to Gainey. Gainey back to Kirk. Back to Gainey. They now go over to the left for Brown. Brown drive in, kick it back out to Gainey. Gainey this time goes back to Noah Brown at the left wing, and he'll just dribble over to the volleyball line. Slow things down.
Had Gainey open for a second, but they're trying to set up a different play.
Brown still dribbling, now picks it up, passes to Kirk, who goes back to Brown. Hedgesville content with just keeping possession and slowing down the pace of this game.
As they do.
And go to Pittsnoggle, top of the key three, way off the mark by Quincy Pittsnoggle. It air balls, goes out of bounds, and Washington gets the ball.
Well, it was an open shot. He can make those here and there, but certainly didn't get that one.
Chris Dolman with it now. Dribbling between his legs, drives in, finds Josh McCarthy. McCarthy drives to the right side, kicks it back out to Dolman. Dolman puts up a floater for two, and it clanks around the rim and goes in. And the timeout will be called by Washington. We'll take the 30-second break with them. 23-17. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10.
I do.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
I can't believe you didn't fill up.
That's double my rent. Not my car.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We got double the Rock's gas rewards, 6 cents off a gallon.
You had one job.
It's between girls.
Save now with double the gas discount. 6 cents off a gallon with Rock's Rewards.
We welcome you back here after the Washington timeout. It is Hedgesville 23, Washington 17 with 5:31 left in the third quarter, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to FordAHagerstown.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Kirk with it for Hedgesville. He'll pass over to Gainey, goes back to Kirk, who finds Brown wide open in the left corner. He'll pull up for three. The shot no good, rebounded by Welty for Washington. Welty will go to Dolman, who brings it up the court now for the Patriots. Dolman dribbling at the right wing in front of his bench. Tries to go over to the left. Eventually will do so after avoiding some pressure. And now pass to Josh McCarthy. McCarthy will hand it behind him back to Dolman at the top of the key. Dolman will dribble back over to the right side, get a pick from Boardley. Pump fake after picking up his dribble, and now gives it over to Boardley. Boardley passes back to Dolman. Dolman thinks about the three, goes back to Boardley. Long three, banks it in. DJ Boardley with his third three tonight. 11 points in total, makes it 23-20. During the pregame, you heard Coach Church talk about DJ Boardley and how deep of a three he can take. He says he'll go as deep as yesterday if he has to, and that one was definitely deep.
Yeah, that's college, close to NBA range on that one. Banked it in.
Kirk trying to respond with a deep three of his own, but that one too strong, no good. Rebounded by Welty, and he's going to be fouled by Pittsnoggle. That's Pittsnoggle's first, team first of the quarter. It's a one-possession game here at 23-20.
As easy it is for me to sit here and say Washington needs to get more shots at the rim, they started off this half with, Dolman getting inside, and then you got this 6'9" guy in the middle waiting for a shot to come at the rim that he can send it right back at the offense.
Dolman. Two-pointer, no good. Rebounded by Hedgesville. Noah Brown will get fouled, bringing it up the floor by Dolman. That's Dolman's second foul, team first of the quarter, stopping the clock with 3:54 here in the third.
I do think that Washington's found a little bit of something with the Dolman versus Brown matchup. That's where they started the half. Dolman was able to get by Brown and get a shot up at the rim, and that's when Pittsnoggle came in with the block. But I think that's something they can maybe able to continue to exploit a little bit.
The inbound pass into the backcourt to Kirk. Kirk passes over to Gainey. Gainey now with the basketball. Goes to Pittsnoggle at the left wing. Finds Brown wide open in the right side. He'll drive the baseline. Pump fake. Now goes with a pass into the paint. And it's Gainey getting the two.
Good ball movement.
25-20 now. Hedgesville leads Washington. Dolman goes over to Ballard. Ballard passes back to Dolman at the top of the key. 3:18 left. Clock winding down here in quarter number 3. Dolman. Right elbow jumper. No good. Rebounded by Tay Wilmer for Hedgesville. He'll push it up the court to Brown, who's running down the court. Goes behind him to Kirk. Kirk sees the lane, drives in, puts up a layup. No good, but he's fouled, so he'll go to the free throw line to shoot two here with 3:03 left in quarter 3.
I see the vision with what Coach Miller's trying to do on offense right now with the Dolman-Boardley pick and roll against Brown and Gainey, trying to exploit some of the weaker defenders on Hedgesville. I say weaker because there's not really a weak defender on Hedgesville that gets a whole lot of minutes, or else you wouldn't get a whole lot of minutes from Coach Church. But I see what they're trying to go for, trying to attack those matchups. It just hasn't. They've gotten some open shots, but they haven't just all been falling yet.
First free throw by Kirk is good, making it 26-20. Hedgesville on top of Washington. Kirk now has 4 points, 2 of the 4 from the charity stripe, as the second free throw attempt is up around the rim and no good. Rebounded by Washington's George Welty, who will pass to Chris Dolman, the point guard. Brings it up the court, now goes to Barry. Barry back to Dolman at the top of the key. He'll dribble once, pass it back to Barry. Barry, the left wing, dribbles behind him, loses it, and it's stolen by Hedgesville. 2v1 back the other way. They find Kirk in the paint, and Kirk puts up a shot, and they call it goaltending, so points will count as he was fouled, as it looks like Welty might have made contact when going up trying to block the shot. That we wait to be confirmed as the 3 referees talk with one another, so hasn't been put up yet. 2:40 left here in the third.
I'll try and go back on our stream here and see a replay of that.
Both teams go over to their benches to talk with the coaches as the lengthy conversation between the officials currently trying to see if it should be a goaltending or not. And
I
Dylan,
think it absolutely should
watching
be.
the replay here on our YouTube stream, looks like it should remain. We'll wait to see if it does remain or not. Wait to see who the foul is called against as well. Basket does count. And it looks like the foul will be called against Washington's Brown. That is Brown's first, which is the team third of the quarter.
You know, when I look at the replay a second and sure if Welty didn't just pin it against the backboard. But, I mean, if it touches the backboard before it touches his hand, that's goaltending. And if it's, I don't know what the rule there would be if it were exactly simultaneous, but I think it's close enough that you got to call that goaltending.
Makes the free throw. It's now 29-20. Hedgesville leads Washington. 2.5 minutes left here in the third. Chris Dolman with it, driving in, pump fakes, looks behind him, finds Brown at the top of the key, will pass to Gore, goes over to the left wing. It's caught by Dolman. Dolman picks it up, goes to Barry. Barry back to Dolman, long three off the back of the rim, no good, rebounded by Kirk for Hedgesville. Brown goes to Kirk, finds Gainey, back to Kirk at the right side, more towards the wing. They go over to the left wing now. It's caught by Pittsnoggle. Pittsnoggle goes to the right wing, and it's Tay Wilmer for three, and that is good. His second three-pointer tonight, and extending the lead to 32-20. Hedgesville on top of Washington by double digits. Washington will use another timeout. It's a full timeout, so we'll take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10.
At Carter Myers Automotive, what we do today will tomorrow become what we've done. That's why Owners Just Do More no longer defines us. Our work is never done because what we live by doesn't have a finish line. We care. Our company of owners is moving lives forward every day by finding more ways to care before, during, and after your purchase. Because when you're happy, so are we. Carter Myers Automotive. Proud to be the owners who just care more.
Welcome back here. Hedgesville up by a dozen now, 32-20. The Eagle lead the Washington Patriots in the third quarter as Washington has just took its second of the 5 timeouts they have allotted. Hedgesville still has not used any timeouts. Big difference has been three-pointers, maybe not by a lot. I mean, only 4 in total for Hedgesville compared to 3 by DJ Boardley only for Washington, which means all the other threes that you've seen by the Patriots have missed, and that's where the difference really has been, it feels like, because they've taken a little bit more three-pointers.
I think it's the timing.
Overall.
It's the timing of them. Right now being the time that Tay Wilmer wakes up from three-point range, when Hedgesville has kind of already had that slight edge here in the game so far, that might be the thing that puts this game over the top for the Eagles.
It's Chris Dolman with a floater. No good, tipped behind and caught by Sean McCarthy at the three-point line at the top of the key. And now go over to Barry. Barry back to Dolman. Dolman at the top of the key will look right, pass it to McCarthy, who swings it over to Welty. Welty at the top of the key gets nudged, no call. They find DJ Boardley. He puts up a three, and it's airballed. Goes out of bounds, and Hedgesville gets the ball back.
Washington looked really disjointed coming out of that possession, and that's coming out of a timeout too. That's rough.
Minute 10 left here in the third quarter. It's Noah Brown with the basketball for Hedgesville. He'll pass over to Gainey at the left wing in front of Hedgesville's bench, who goes back to Brown, who's standing just at the bottom corner of the H at midcourt. Brown now dribbles a few times, trying to make it look like he's going to speed things up. Passing it to Gainey, who goes right back to Brown, who goes right back to Gainey. Gainey about 2 feet away from the sideline. Will now find Kirk, who drives in, goes to Pittsnoggle, and a slam dunk by Quincy Pittsnoggle from the back door. 11 points for Pittsnoggle, 34-20. Hedgesville now leads Washington.
Sure, Washington better get things going quick. The momentum's going the other way.
Dolman with the basketball, spins around, pump fakes, but a shot, it's no good. Colliding is Dolman and Wilmer, and it goes out of bounds. Neither of them, so it goes out of bounds off the Dolman shot, and it's Hedgesville basketball with 21.3 seconds left here in the third. Looks like Washington might go with a full court press on the inbound, so Hedgesville has to adjust. The inbound goes to Gainey, who goes back to Brown. Brown at midcourt now. With 15 seconds left, we'll break midcourt with a bounce pass to Gainey, who goes to Kirk at the top of the key, who swings it to Tay Wilmer at the left wing. 8 seconds left. They go to Pittsnoggle. Pittsnoggle deep at the three-point arc. Goes to Gainey. Kirk, 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Kirk at the buzzer with a layup. It's no good. Welty stuffed him at the rim, and they call a shooting foul with some contact by Welty with the body. So that means Kirk, before the end of the third, will have 2 free throws. That is Welty's second foul, team 4th of the quarter. Kirk is 3 for 4 tonight from the free throw line.
52, George Welty, his second.
So we wait the basketball to be given to Xavier Kirk. Kirk now is brought over to Coach Church in the bench. And it looks like 0.3 seconds will be put back on the clock, which means both teams have to come back out onto the floor for the free throws instead of being able to wait at the bench and talk with their coaches and get a break.
Well, it makes sense. If the foul were to have happened with no time left on the clock, then it wouldn't be a foul. So, therefore, it happened before the quarter was over. So there has to be some time on the clock. Obviously, this will be the last chance for anyone to get points.
Shot up, and the first free throw by Kirk is good. Now has 8 points, making it 35-20. It's Casey Elliott. Ethan Elliott will check in. Kirk takes his time before the second free throw shot. Takes a few dribbles, spins it in his hand. The free throw up, and good by Kirk, making it 36-20 now here in the third quarter. It's Washington. 0.3 seconds. We'll just give it to Dolman. And the buzzer will sound at the end of quarter number 3. 36-20. Hedgesville has opened this one here against Washington. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Finally, West Virginia is moving in the right direction. As your West Virginia Senate President, Craig Blair has passed the most conservative legislative agenda in the nation. He has fought for our values like banning elective abortions, protecting our Second Amendment rights, and prevented boys from playing in girls' sports. Senator Craig Blair championed the largest tax cut in the history of our state. Craig Blair, a strong conservative leader. Promises made, promises kept. This election, vote for Republican Craig Blair for State Senate. Paid for by the committee to re-elect Craig Blair.
Welcome back here. Fourth quarter, final quarter of regulation getting started between Washington and Hedgesville as Hedgesville blows open the third quarter, outscoring Washington 16-5, and now has a 36-20 lead. Hedgesville starts with the ball. Xavier Kirk getting it in the backcourt to kick off this fourth quarter. Kirk passing it to Tay Wilmer. Wilmer catches it at the top of the key. Goes over to the right side. It's caught by Brown. They now swing it over the left. It's Pittsnoggle behind the three-point line in the left corner. Pass deflected and caught by Gainey at the top of the key. Goes back to Pittsnoggle, who's running over to the left wing. He'll now pass to Brown. Brown passes to Kirk. Kirk behind the perimeter. Goes over to Pittsnoggle in the left corner. He goes back to Kirk. Goes to Gainey as 40 seconds here in the first quarter has been nothing but passes by Hedgesville. Kirk to Pittsnoggle, the top of the key. No dribble now. And just hand it to Brown, who comes over. Brown thinks about the three, instead goes to Kirk, who drives to the left baseline, tries to go with the reverse layup, but is rejected by George Welty. And he'll take the ball now, and here comes Washington trying to come back in the fourth. It's Dolman going over to McCarthy. McCarthy drives right baseline, looks behind him, and kicks it out to Dolman. Dolman will now run the point. Front of the Washington bench, gets a pick by Boardley. His pass deflected by Kirk, intended for McCarthy, goes out of bounds. Patriots will keep the ball with 6:46 left here in the fourth. Still 36-20, Hedgesville leading Washington.
Give you an update from Jefferson as of 2 minutes ago. I'll credit WV Sports Talk at Sports Talk _304 for this one. 37-32 Jefferson at halftime. It looks like Jamari Jenkins may have re-injured his ankle late in the second quarter.
Keep an eye on that game as well, as here Dolman throws it away into the Washington bench with his pass, and Hedgesville will get the ball. 6.5 minutes left in regulation. Brown to inbound for Hedgesville. Inbound to Tay Wilmer, goes to Kirk in the backcourt. Midcourt goes Gainey, back to Brown. Brown drives in for a layup, puts it up, it's no good. The putback tapped around and is good by Kirk. Kirk now has 11 points, and it's 38-20. Hedgesville running away with this one against Washington.
Kirk had a really slow start to this game shooting the ball, but getting to 11 points, not bad.
Dolman's contested layup, no good. And now we have a foul underneath the basket. Looks like it will be against Dolman, as that's Dolman's third, team first of the quarter.
First of the period.
Chet Gore will check in now for Sean McCarthy for Washington. So it's Gore, Boardley, Josh McCarthy, Machado, and Dolman out there for Washington. Kirk, Brown, Wilmer, Pitsnoggle, Gainey out there for Hedgesville. So Wilmer puts up a 2, and it's good. 40-20 now. Hedgesville on top of Washington. Josh McCarthy at the top of the key will go to Gore. Gore guarded by Kirk. Kicks it out to Dolman. Dolman drives into the paint, puts up a shot. It's no good. Whistle stops the clock with 5:38 in the fourth. Looks like we have a foul. Don't know if it was a shooting foul or on the floor. Looks like they will call Noah Brown with a foul. That's his first, team first of the quarter, and they'll rule it a shooting foul as Dolman goes to the line to shoot 2.
It's just been so difficult for Washington to try to get any points up on the board. There's been no easy offense that Hedgesville has allowed. Like, Colin, you have the scorebook there. Outside of 1 point from Josh McCarthy, the only scorers have been Boardley and Dolman. That's rough. And again, there's only so much that those guys can do on their own. Only so many lanes that they can find.
Dolman makes both free throws. Washington will call a timeout. We'll take the 30-second break with them. It is Hedgesville 40, Washington 22. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back
at the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here. 5:38 left in the fourth quarter here in EPAC boys basketball. It is 40-22. Hedgesville leads Washington. Hedgesville with the ball after the Washington timeout. Coach Miller and the Patriots have 2 timeouts remaining, down by 18. They go with the double inbound pass between Brown, and passed it out of bounds to Wilmer, who goes back to Brown, who was running in. And now around midcourt, we have a foul called against Washington. And that foul called against Dolman, that's going to be his 4th, team second of the quarter. So now Dolman will check out, and Braylon Berry will check in. The inbound is Xavier Kirk in the left corner. He dribbles off his foot, but fortunately for him, it goes straight to Pitsnoggle. We'll give it to Noah Brown, who goes to Tay Wilmer towards midcourt. He'll find Kirk at the left side. They swing it over back to the right side to Gainey, who goes to Pitsnoggle. Hedgesville just running the triangle offense, playing keep away here, more towards midcourt than the basket. It's Pitsnoggle over near the far sideline, and he'll be fouled by Gore, as that's Gore's second foul, team third of the quarter, with 5 minutes left here in the fourth.
I mean, even when Hedgesville has only got a lead in the single digits, this is how they like to play in the fourth quarter. So with an 18-point lead, of course, this is the way that they're going to go, that sort of weave.
Immediately on the inbound pass, we have a whistle blown. Now it looks like we have a foul being called immediately on the inbound pass by Josh McCarthy. That is his second, team 4th, which means 1 more, and Hedgesville will be at the double bonus. 4:59 left here in the fourth. Clock starting to wind down. It's an 18-point ball game. Noah Brown goes to Pittsnoggle, goes to Gainey, and Gainey will be fouled by McCarthy, and here we go. Free throws the rest of the way, and it looked like McCarthy kind of intentionally fouled there, trying to extend this game.
Yeah, that's what I think they're going to do. And I guess, I don't know if there's some gamesmanship here between Miller and Church, that Miller's trying to send the message that I'm not going to let you just do what you do. And Miller
knows what he does.
Exactly.
He used to do
That's
it.
exactly the point that I was about to get to. And he's like, I know what you're doing, Kelly. I'm not going to let you do it.
And it works as Gainey misses both free throws. Washington gets the rebound. It's Bordley now with it for the Patriots. Goes to Gore, back to Bordley. Bordley puts up a three and somehow gets that one to fall. That was a line drive three-pointer by Bordley. He has 14. Washington will call a timeout. We'll take the 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. 40-25 is the score.
The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you're certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
Welcome back here. Hedgesville 40, Washington 25's the score in the fourth quarter. Still plenty of time left, even though it's a 15-point lead for Hedgesville. Washington has 5 team fouls, which means more would send Hedgesville to the free throw line. It looked like earlier, before the timeout, McCarthy kind of did that intentionally to send Gainey to the free throw line. He missed both free throws. Washington responded with another DJ Bordley three, his fourth of the night. He leads the scoring with 14 total. And here we go with 4:32 left in the fourth quarter. It's brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road. Online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, as well as the Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results. If you're looking for a home in the tri-state area, they have you covered. Hedgesville to inbound. They inbound to Pittsnoggle in the backcourt. Washington sets up the full court press. Brown with it, bringing it up. As it tipped around, and it rolls across midcourt, avoiding the 10-second violation. Great defense by DJ Bordley. They both fall to the court. Brown had a hand on it, and Coach Church will call his first timeout to make sure Hedgesville keeps possession. We'll keep it here. Things getting a little bit interesting. A new spark out of nowhere for Washington, it feels like, here late.
Well, if there's any one team that Coach Miller is going to want his team to not quit against, I think it's going to be Hedgesville. And I think, obviously a lot of the rest of these coaches are going to feel the same way. And, of course, Coach Church on the other side. It's always that way with Hedgesville, but I think there's going to be that little extra motivation against Coach Miller and the gang over there. So I'm not surprised that even in a 15-point game, 4 minutes left, we're seeing some intensity out on the court.
Yeah, you like the heart, even though it's a 15-point deficit with still 4:19 left in the game. If Hedgesville goes cold, Washington somehow heats up, things could get interesting. But
whole lot of ball game.
Exactly, whole lot of ball game, and easier said than done. As Machado will intentionally foul Gainey. Immediately on the inbound as only 2 seconds go off there. That's Machado's second. And Gainey goes back to the free throw line, and that's who you want to foul since he just missed the last two when he was there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
First free throw shot up, and no good by Gainey. Coach Church yelling it out into the court for all that can hear. Second free throw, no good as well. Pittsnoggle saves it from going out of bounds and into the hands of Josh McCarthy for Washington, and he's going to be fouled in the backcourt now. That's going to be the second team foul of the quarter against Hedgesville. And that foul is called against Xavier Kirk, his third. Barry with it for Washington, running the point is Braylon Barry, the sophomore. Dribble over, tried to pass it out. It gets deflected back to him. He goes to Machado. Long three around the rim. No good by Machado. Rebounded by Kirk. Kirk finds Pitsnoggle down the lane. His Euro step layup. No good. Rebounded by Kirk. Kirk loses it. Goes through his legs back to Pitsnoggle. Pitsnoggle finds Wilmer, the right wing, and they go over to Kirk. Kirk at the left wing gets fouled by Barry. Stopping the clock with 3:41 left here in the fourth. That's Barry's first. That first foul sends Hedgesville back to the free throw line. 40-25 still. As Kirk goes to the free throw line to shoot.
Got to make the free throws, or else Washington's just going to keep at this.
Kirk. First free throw shot up, and that one is good. So he has 12 points, making it 41-25. Hedgesville leads Washington. Kirk has the ball for a second free throw, takes one dribble, spins it, puts up the second free throw, and that one is good as well, giving Kirk 13 points and a 42-25 Hedgesville lead. Bordley goes coast to coast, puts up a layup. It's good. Count the basket and the foul, making it 27 now. As Bordley has 16 points. That foul called against Noah Brown, his second, team third of the quarter. Bordley now goes to the free throw line for the end one. DJ Bordley's free throw up. Off the back of the rim, no good. Tipped around, rebounded by Kirk. Kirk gets it to Brown. Brown goes down the court into the paint, kicking it out to Pitsnoggle, goes to Wilmer. Wilmer over to Kirk. He finds Pitsnoggle. Pitsnoggle goes back over to Noah Brown. Brown goes to Wilmer. Wilmer
not fouling.
Goes to Gainey, and they wanted to foul Gainey, but he got the pass away to Kirk in time as Washington just waiting for Hedgesville to give it to Gainey because that's the one they want to foul since he's 0 for 4 from the free throw line.
Yep.
Kirk, Pitsnoggle. Pitsnoggle at the top of the key. Gets double teamed, so he goes to Kirk. Kirk goes to Brown. Brown back to Pitsnoggle. Pitsnoggle bounce passes the midcourt to Kirk. Under 3 minutes left here in regulation.
Smartly, Gainey's gone right to the block. Right near the rim.
Pump fake, wide open three. Tay Wilmer. It's good. 11 points now for Tay Wilmer. A timeout called by Hedgesville. 45-27. Hedgesville leads Washington. Full timeout. We'll step aside, take a 30-second break. This is West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
The Skinner family has been representing West Virginians for more than 50 years.
We've changed the name of our firm to Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers because we want to be clear about what we do. We represent people who have been in car, truck, and other catastrophic accidents.
We're here to be a voice for the injured and vulnerable, and we take that job seriously with deep commitment to serving our clients wherever they are.
Just Google Skinner Accident Lawyer or visit SkinnerWins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Welcome back here to Hedgesville High School. 45-27, the Hedgesville Eagles leading the Washington Patriots here in a lengthy fourth quarter. That has seen Washington kind of extend the game with some fouls, trying to somehow find a way to come back into this one, but so far it's been unsuccessful in doing so.
Yeah, Hedgesville is just too good at this keep-away game. That's what they practice. They practice a lot of it because that's how they play. It's defense, and they get up, and then they pass the ball around the arc. And it's kind of how they play offense to a certain extent throughout the entire four quarters. It's just that ball movement, but then they really kick it into high gear when they, have a lead that they can sit on.
Score update from the other county. The Martinsburg Bulldogs now lead the Jefferson Cougars 54-46. Dolman, top of the key three. Around the rim, no good. Rebounded by Wilmer for Hedgesville, who goes to Noah Brown down the floor. Brown, midcourt, finds Wilmer. Wilmer goes to Pittsnoggle in the left corner. Pittsnoggle will dribble once, go back to Noah Brown, more towards midcourt. Right in front of the H. Brown goes to Pittsnoggle here in front of Coach Church at the sideline. They swing it to Brown. It goes back to Wilmer. Wilmer's pass deflected, stolen. 3v2 going the other way. It's Josh McCarthy. Layup for Washington is good. Josh McCarthy now has 3 points, making it 45-29. Still only 3 players with points tonight for Washington. That being Boardley with 16, Dolman with 10, McCarthy now with 3. A foul in the backcourt will send Noah Brown to the free throw line to shoot 2 as DJ Boardley gets called with the foul, his first.
It's been a good team performance from Hedgesville tonight. Just been suffocating on defense, and then they've been moving the ball around really well on offense. So it hasn't really been a one guy that's really stepped up and done all the work as Brown misses the first free throw. Pittsnoggle had that run of 7 straight points when they took Welty out of the game, but outside of that, it's really just been whole team effort.
Minute 48 left in the fourth. The second free throw by Brown is good. That's his first point of the second half, totaling 9 for him, making it 46-29. Hedgesville leading Washington as Pence will go in now for the Eagles. Dolman gets the inbound pass and brings it up the court for Washington. Dolman drives in, pump fakes, finds Josh McCarthy. His 2-pointer in the left side is good. McCarthy with back-to-back baskets. He now makes it 46-31.
Brown got the ball kicked back to him by Rick Kozlowski there at the end of the baseline.
We know he was a punter back in his day.
That's true.
Brown at midcourt dribbling, breaking midcourt. Now gets double-teamed, falling, tried to pass it, but is stolen. Dolman to Barry. Barry's layup too hard off the glass, rebounded by Hedgesville. Kirk goes to Wilmer. Wilmer's 3, no good off the front of the rim, rebounded by Pittsnoggle. Great hustle by Quincy to keep that possession for Hedgesville. Pence over to Wilmer. Wilmer to Kirk. Kirk with it now. Under a minute left as Hedgesville kind of slowing things down, playing keep away here, realizing that victory's in sight. Pittsnoggle to Brown. Brown back to Kirk. 40 seconds left. They go to Pittsnoggle, who catches it in midair and will throw to Brown. Goes back to Kirk at midcourt, who bounce passes back to Noah Brown.
Hedgesville just knows exactly where they need to be, the players on the court. That's good coaching right there.
Final 30 seconds, it looks like. We'll just continue to wind down. The score is Hedgesville 46, Washington 31. Both teams content with allowing the clock just to drain, which means Hedgesville will improve to 10-2 overall, 3-1 in the Eastern Panhandle Athletic Conference. Washington falls to 7-6 overall, 1-4 in the EPAC. 3-2-1, and that is that here at Hedgesville High as both teams start shaking hands. Again, final score, Hedgesville 46, Washington 31. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then be back for our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball, Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, private wealth advisor with the Marius Group. a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. The City of Martinsburg Police Department is now recruiting for new officers to serve the community and to be a part of our team. Starting pay ranges from $53,813 to $70,565 depending on experience, with a raise once you are certified and a potential sign-on bonus as well. City of Martinsburg police benefits include health insurance, vacation leave, sick leave, personal time, and comp time, a pension plan, paid gym membership, longevity pay, tuition assistance, and a deferred comp plan. Applicants are encouraged to apply before the February 10 exam date. Apply at cityofmartinsburg.org.
Back here to Hedgesville High School, as the post-game show is brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu, daily specials, and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Final score here at Hedgesville: the Eagles improved to 10-2 overall, 3-1 in the EPAC, picking up a 15-point win, 46-31 over the Washington Patriots, who fall to 7-6 overall, 1-4 in the EPAC. Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio, WRNR and TV10. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Hayden Sensabaugh is our cameraman. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini. And Dylan, thoughts here of this one?
Washington just was smothered by the Hedgesville defense. It's really that simple. And then the Hedgesville offense kind of woke up a little more in the second half to pull away. It was just tough sledding for Washington. Again, Josh McCarthy gets 5 points, and then the rest go to Bordley and Dolman. No one else scores. And that's tough. There's really nothing inside in particular. Anytime they tried to take it in, you're really just once or twice. Pittsnoggle was there to scare away a shot or block it. So I don't know. It's the teacher is still the master here. They've not seen the the changing of the guard yet, the passing of the torch between Coach Miller and Coach Church.
Let's now get into our post-game stats, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to Ford of Hagerstown.com. We'll start off with the Washington Patriots. Still only 3 players scoring tonight for Washington. It was DJ Bordley with 16 leading the way, followed by Chris Dolman with 10, and then Josh McCarthy with 5. For Hedgesville, the leading scorer tonight was Xavier Kirk with 13 points. Tay Wilmer and Quincy Pittsnoggle had 11 points each. Noah Brown had 9 points. And then rounding out the scoring, Zandon Gainey with 2 points for Hedgesville to total up the 46-31 final here at the Gilbert Miller Center. Let's now get into tonight's awards, and we'll start off with the rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
First possession of the second half. Washington came out, tried to get some more shots at the rim with Dolman, and Chris Dolman goes in, and he is swatted back by Quincy Pittsnoggle. And I think that's a big reason why Washington in the half court wasn't looking to get to the rim very much, because when they did, things like that happen.
Tonight's moment of the game is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley Medical Center, and Jefferson Medical Center, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Dylan, tonight's moment of the game.
I'm going to go with Tay Wilmer's second three-pointer in the third quarter that made it 32-20 and forced a timeout by Coach Miller in Washington. I think that was just kind of the point where Washington was sort of keeping it in that range of about a 4, 5, 6, 7-point game for a lot of this. And in the third quarter, Tay Wilmer wakes up, hits the 2 straight three-pointers, or hits 2 of them at least in that quarter. And that second one was really the moment where it felt like Washington was not going to get back into this game.
We'll wrap things up with our player of the game, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. Visit them at 360 Ack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, online at orsinis.com.
Not an easy one tonight because, like I mentioned, Hedgesville, it was really just the overall team performance, but I will give it to Quincy Pittsnoggle because he did have that stretch, at least, where he kind of dominated when Washington took out George Welty, and it was a small lineup, and he scored 7 straight points on, I think it might have been 3 straight possessions, two twos, and then one where he got to the rim and got an and one, and he had that block for the rejection of the game. I think just offense and defense, he's the most valuable player to Hedgesville because of what he can bring on both ends of the court, the inside scoring and then the rim protection.
That will wrap things up here from Hedgesville tonight. For Nick Verzolini, who you'll hear from on the other side of this break, back in the studio with the And One post-game scoreboard show, as well as Aiden Sensible, our cameraman, Dylan Bishop, my color commentator, I'm Colin McLaughlin. Final score, Hedgesville 46, Washington 31. This has been West Virginia High School boys basketball here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hedgesville Motor Company off I-81 at 993 Hedgesville Road is a family-owned and operated business providing the Eastern Panhandle with the highest quality pre-owned vehicles and customer service since 1997. Hedgesville is a pre-owned Carfax Advantage dealer. We're proud to be your partner serving the community. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Call us at 304-267-7172 or see us at 993 Hedgesville Road. If you want to sell your car, we buy cars too. Check us out at Hedgesville.com. The Hedgesville Motor Company, a nice place to do business.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
We welcome you into the post-game And One scoreboard show as Hedgesville takes care of business tonight against Washington, 46-29, the final. In other EPAC action, it is Martinsburg leading Jefferson in the fourth quarter, 65-53, as I believe it was Dylan who mentioned that Jamari Jenkins went down with an ankle injury, which he was recovering from heading into these last few weeks. Looks like he has not re-entered the game, and really since then Martinsburg has pulled away in what was overall a pretty competitive game. It was 19-9, though, Jefferson in the early going before Martinsburg cut it down to 20 all. And then from that point forward, Martinsburg and Jefferson kind of went back and forth, but then the Jenkins injury happened, and now Martinsburg well in control, just over 5 minutes left to get that win over Jefferson. Musselman and Spring Mills, they both had the night off, so another EPAC boys scores here tonight, and Not too much to note in terms of local teams. Caps are off. Wizards are off. They're back in action tomorrow against the Detroit Pistons. WVU is off. They take on Oklahoma State tomorrow. You can listen to the game right here on Talk Radio WRNR. 2 p.m. tip-off for those teams and a 1:30 pregame show. But a noteworthy performance in the NBA as the Mavericks lead the Atlanta Hawks 120-109. Luka Doncic. That was tough for me to say for some reason. 65 points for Luka right now, 8 rebounds. So another big scoring night in the NBA. Devin Booker's got 54 against the Indiana Pacers tonight. So guys are going off recently with some big scoring nights. But not a whole lot to report on here in the studio that would interest most of you in the Eastern Panhandle. So we'll wrap things up here again. WVU tomorrow, 2 p.m. tip, 1:30 pregame show. AFC, NFC championships on Sunday. Once again, your final score here tonight between Hedgesville and Washington. Hedgesville 46, Washington 29. Martinsburg leaning a win over Jefferson. They lead 65-53 with just over 4 minutes left now in the fourth quarter. This is West Virginia High School Boys Basketball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
After a car accident, what do you get when you call Mansion Ferretti?
You get more experience from a local law firm with over 115 years of combined service.
More respect from a team who treats clients like their own family.
And more fight, because we want you to get every dollar you deserve.
Experience, respect, results. If you've been injured, that's what you want in your lawyer.
And that's what you'll get when you call us. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Basketball. Today's game has been brought to you by
Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Rocks, the Dutch Miller Auto Group, the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, Brown's Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda, Craig Blair for State Senate, Orsini's Home Store, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Berkeley County Health Department, Hagerstown Ford, Smallwood and Small Insurance, Modern Realty Results, The Palace Lounge, Cody's Auto Body, WVU Medicine.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and NBA basketball, keep it tuned to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.